who is David H.A.?
How do you describe yourself?
I can't answer that. That's an existential question. So Abaseh, who is David H.A.?
David Abaseh, he's a friend. He is a thinker. He is a person that I think his work, his architecture, is very much influenced by his humanity, and that's what I was most taken by him when I met him many years ago. He has tremendous integrity and humanity.
Abaseh. Abaseh is one of those extraordinary agents in the art world. She's a lover of art, but she's a lover of artists, I think, more. She is one of the, if you have Abaseh in your corner, you're very safe. She just champions the arts, and I think that she realizes how much the arts can transform the world. So she's committed her life to it, you can tell. I think art and architecture manifest things in the world, and they manifest form in a way. When I say form, I don't mean it as plastic form. I mean they manifest the physicality in the world that causes us to kind of renegotiate our humanity and our relationship to each other. I think art does that in terms of the way in which it makes us think about where we are in the world and what we're doing and what we should be thinking about or what we've not been thinking about and should be thinking about. And architecture, when it's really good, emancipates us, evolves us, moves us past where we think we should be to new kind of possibilities and new conditions, which I think is really powerful.
I think as a curator, as someone that works with art or within a surrounding that is artistic, you want to be able to collaborate with a person that is not only aware of the context, so architecture taken beyond just physical material in the walls and the ceilings, but to the space that it inhabits. So when we're talking about David's work, he's just very aware of all the different uses that the space is going to have, how the work is going to be perceived from different perspectives, and that creates for a beautiful relationship with a curator, because often people don't understand that a work is viewed by different people from different perspectives, and so the architecture that surrounds that work or that project needs to be recognizing of the different perspectives with which it's seen.
I mean, I think that traditionally people think of these things as different scales or different things. I don't operate within that framework. I think I very much operate within a kind of a framework of ideas. And for me, whether it is talking about a small object that's on a table or a city, it's really the realm of ideas. It's how you can find ideas to make sense of why you do what you do. So for me, I'm not so much interested in that idea that you find the syntax in each topology or each kind of system, but that you're actually trying to find the kind of meta idea which makes sense for why you do what you do. So for me, that drives everything. So it frees me from feeling that a chair is about chair design. It's about the body in space now, and what are those kind of relationships, or an object is another kind of thesis. But it's really always searching for the thesis and then making it work. Well, I think that the notion of offices in different parts or in different continents very specifically is an attempt to deal with that. It's an attempt to not have a central place which is going out into the world and sort of exporting ideas, but trying to bed sort of pieces of what I call hardware into different continents so that the influence of that hardware is reciprocal of the work that's being produced there. So really I have 3 key offices, one in Europe, one in the Americas, and one in Africa, and it's really about the specificity of those offices to kind of create kind of tangible relationships that give, I think maybe, well, not maybe, definitely strength to the work. I think that there have been questions in the 20th century about, and I think there are all questions about a notion of sustainability, which is to do with lightness, which has created a kind of 20th century architecture which has kind of been about almost getting to the point of surface, thinness. And I think that for me in the 21st century, I think the notions of ecology and sustainability are not just about material use, but about sustainable material use. So for me, it's no longer about trying to make thin or light as a kind of way of making it modern, but about the substantial use and the intention of use of material. So in my work, I'm always exploring the nature of material and why you use material. Because I think that material used well is a fundamental phenomena. It's a kind of phenomenology. And it creates a kind of power that we still, still haven't got used to or haven't got past, should I say. Materials used from the earth or synthesized, always from the earth and synthesized in some way, still have a kind of an incredible power on our psyche. So for me, I think that architecture without a kind of material power is very difficult. I think architecture, when it's good, always inspires communities. I mean, I think when architecture is really good, it can inspire a nation, it can even inspire a continent, it can inspire the world. I think that's the power of architecture, which is why for 10,000 years we've been doing architecture. Because I think even though we invent technology, and technology is very profound, that in the end architecture still becomes the kind of image of our civilization and our evolution. So I think that architecture, some people say architecture is dying and not important, but actually I disagree. I think architecture is still this first technology that we really, as a human species made that still profoundly defines who we are on this planet.
And I think it exists at an individual level and it exists at a communal level. I mean, because it's something so personal, but it becomes, something that's created in this kind of private environment, but it affects everyone. So, you can change the mood and the feeling and how you look at things with the space in which it's created.